allowing for some areas of fog to develop later tonight up towards the north, otherwise remaining dry across, otherwise remaining dry towards the south. Not dry, why do we keep saying dry? There's no precipitation regardless. As we head to my 7-day forecast, those hazy, oh my gosh, I just ran into my green screen because there's actually a window right behind my green screen. I just ran into it there. I wanted to see what the actual average temperature next week is. As I know for the season, it's whatever, 64 and 35 or something, but that's just for October as a whole. I want to go next week in particular, Tuesday of next week, which is the 11th. The average high for the 11th looks to be 61.5. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, 61.5, which is barely below average. Oh, I see now. That was just, I was looking at the record highest temperature for the date, and the 61.5 averaged out the record highest minimum and record highest maximum to be 61.5. Okay, it's not what I was trying to do. The average high temperature for Tuesday, in particular for La Grande, is 65 with a low of 37. So we are a few degrees below that average. I would think Wednesday should be pretty on par. 65 for the normal, and then 36 for the low. Tuesday would be a below average day, and then Wednesday is a near average day, and then potentially what I'm looking at, even though it's not on the 7-day, Thursday would technically be a slightly above average day. But yeah, as a whole, I would just say near average temperatures for this time of year. As we head to my 7-day forecast, those hazy clouds will continue into Saturday, otherwise a much more sunshine. I don't know what I just said. Much more sunshine. Potentially bringing our first dusting of snow out to Florida. Oh my God. As we head to my 7-day forecast, hey, man, who's with me? As we head to my 7-day forecast, those hazy clouds continue into Saturday, otherwise much more sunshine for your Sunday, with weekend highs into the upper 70s and lows into the lower 40s. The cold front next week looks to be... Now I forgot what I was going to say. Latest update strengthens that cold front even more next week, plummeting those temperatures down into the mid to the upper 30s Monday night as precipitation develops, dropping our snow level anywhere between 4,000 to 5,000 feet, potentially bringing our first dusting of the season out towards places like Tollgate and Joseph. That will just bring rain showers here in the valley that will continue at least through the first half of the day Tuesday, as those highs may only reach 60. Then we see some clearing late day into the evening, allowing for our first freeze here in the Grand Ronde Valley Tuesday night, but by then that precipitation should be out of here. We have a slight chance to see redevelopment of a few isolated showers into late Wednesday. Otherwise, those conditions will remain drier than not, with those temperatures dropping to near average finally for this time of year into next week. 24 hours later, and the newest data tracks that major front next week more east, meaning we are not seeing that significant pattern change like I was expecting. So I guess I didn't need to go through all those takes last night if this solution goes back to what I was thinking 48 hours ago. Bringing no likely moisture next week like I once thought, although I can't rule out a slight chance to see a isolated sprinkle into Tuesday morning. Otherwise, that would be it. That could be the one day we hold into the upper 60s. Otherwise, the remainder of the week sees highs warming into low to mid 50s.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Highs warming into low to mid 70s with abundant sunshine, with lows only getting down into the mid to the upper 30s. That would still be above average for this time of year, so that would put a pause on typical October weather, although I am still tracking the potential within the next few weeks to see the first freeze here in the Grand Ronde Valley along with the first snowflake. We just have to wait a little bit longer.